I don't want to drink no more.
It's been like 3 weeks now, almost, well, 2 or 3 weeks, and I got a chance to see Endgame for the second time, so now I can finally put out this video and review Endgame. So spoiler warning, obviously. If you haven't seen it, then man, what are you doing with your life? First thing I want to talk about is from the very beginning of the movie, Hawkeye and his family. They disappear. I kind of figured that was going to happen. When you first saw the movie, come on, you gotta admit that you expected that to happen, because how the hell is he supposed to become Ronin? It was expected, but I mean, it was so sad to see, man. Like, that fool lost his family. I know it's fake, but come on. If you're that character, I'd be pissed too. Okay, next, after that, I think it went into the Tony scene in space. It was good and all. Come on, we all knew he wasn't gonna die at that moment. Out of nowhere comes Captain Marvel and saves him. I mean, okay. How'd she find him? How does she know out of the whole entire universe that he was there in space in a little ship, which should still be moving by the laws of physics and how it works in space with no gravity, you know? But then again, what do I know? I'm not a physicist. Anyways, Captain Marvel comes and saves Tony. Like I said, what the fuck? I mean, I guess it's part of the plot and introducing her some way. No, it wasn't. It was kind of a weird moment for me. I was like, oh wow, Captain Marvel, yay. And then obviously they fly down, and Pepper was there. Everybody was there, except for the dead, obviously. It was interesting to see Tony actually very skinny and fatigued from no eating. I didn't know that he was out there that long until like they talked about it. He really looked bad, like out of shape and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself there. I don't want to talk about the whole movie because I'm sure you've seen a bunch of other reviews who actually put their content out before I did, so you know the story. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you my favorite parts and things I really hated about this movie. Fat Thor. I love that. A lot of people hated him because Thor got fat. Okay, I know technically it's not his character, but I mean, he did fail to save the universe, half the population of the universe. I feel like I'd be in the same boat, depressed, sad. All I want to do is eat, play Fortnite, but I felt pretty happy about Thor being fat because, hey, that gives us a little more hope to be superheroes. I mean, not every superhero has to be super fit and ridiculously buff and handsome, right? Right? Anyways, that was nice to see. A little support for us fatties. Sorry, I mean, I don't know if that's appropriate to say. For us big bone people. Also, the Hulk was a super surprise. I did not think... Okay, well, I saw the little poster that leaked that talked about him being Professor Hulk. I didn't know they were actually going to go straight into him without really showing how he became Professor Hulk. I think that's one of the parts I didn't really like so much because, I mean, I want to know how that happened. He just kind of threw it at you and said, here, there's Professor Hulk, no explanation needed. Like, okay, we're supposed to understand and believe that? Come on, Marvel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please do it. Support me. I'm gonna be doing this quite often. Or really whenever I see a new movie that I like. Might see Sonic, might not. Well, they said they're gonna change the character, so maybe I might. Maybe Pokemon or Detective Pikachu. I might see that. Anyways, this video's not about that. Let's get back into the review. I really like what they did with Professor Hulk. Besides them not introducing how he got the powers or got that way, he saved everybody. Like that. That fool got burned up pretty bad too. I love what they did with him. He was funny. It was cool to see Mark Ruffalo's face on the Hulk and having more control. A little less Hulk smash and more like Banner thinking was pretty cool. Besides like saving the entire universe, it was pretty useless. I don't think I actually saw him punch anybody. What, did he run out on the battlefield with his arm like all like this? Pretty useless if you ask me. Alright, moving on to my next favorite part of the movie was Captain America wielding Thor's hammer. Like, what the... When I saw that in theaters, dude, like, I jumped. I cried. It was like tears of joy. I don't know. It was so cool. And the people around me, there was this one dude next to me who was like reacting crazy. Like, he was like, yeah! It was such a moment. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was so cool. I think Captain America was super awesome in this movie. He went back and married Peggy, and God knows what else they did. Maybe had a kid. I don't know. There could be a little cat running around there in the other universe doing something. So a lot of people were actually confused on like, hey, if they went back in time, they didn't change their reality. So how the heck did Cap come back here? Well, I think the way it went is since he went back in time, he stayed in a different universe because it branched out to a new universe because, you know, there were changes made. He found his way somehow. I don't know how the hell they did it. Maybe it was plot hole. Maybe it was just for the point of like his resolution of the story. But he came into this universe, and if you've seen Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, there's a multiverse, so I guess that makes sense. And that's how he was able to give his shield to Sam and really pass the mantle. It was beautiful. I cried. I was happy for him. He got what he deserved in life. At least that's what the Russo brothers said in an interview. GQ? I can't recall. But it was great. He got to address Black Widow and her death. super freaking sad. Not gonna lie, when that scene happened, I teared up a little bit. Not the first viewing, because for some reason the first viewing, I wasn't very attached emotionally to the movie. I actually didn't really like it that first viewing. It was weird. That's why I wanted to wait to do this review, because absorb all the information, all the little things that happened. The second time for sure, I like teared up. It was sad, man. That one scene where she says, oh, like, I'll see you in a minute to Cap. I was like, bro, you ain't coming back, dude, you dead. I was so sad. And it hits me sometimes. I think that death was very, very well fitting to her end as a character. Iron Man, since we're talking about deaths here, holy, I cried, I teared up a little bit when Iron Man passed. Holy shit, that thing was insane, and I still see it in my head playing back like that one. The second time I went to go see the movie, I saw it with my bud Damien, and dude, I was like crying, like sobbing. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was because it was so hot in that theater. The dude next to me was like crying too, so I'm more like an empath, so I feel what other people feel. Holy shit, dude, I was crying. Damien was was pretty messed up too emotionally. After we left the theater, he was like, hey, oh, you know, he was that the whole movie, the scene left me speechless. It was good. The movie was really good. I really enjoyed it. Watching it a second time. The first time, like I said, it was alright. I think it was because I was hype and I was too excited. I also had like coffee. Maybe that messed up my attention span. I don't know. Yeah, Avengers Endgame, man. I liked a lot more than I disliked. Maybe it was a little slow in the beginning, but you know, it had to happen, especially the way they were setting up the characters and finalizing their moments. It was a damn good movie. I'm gonna rate it an A. I think it was really good. I don't know if it was as good as Infinity War. It's a different movie. And Tony, or Robert Downey Jr., deserves an Oscar. Fight me if I'm wrong. Great job, Marvel. This was an amazing conclusion to 10, 11 years. Yeah, man, I loved it. I cried, and it was awesome. Thank you so much. Subscribe, do all the cool stuff you have to do. I'm sorry if this review was a little short. This is my first one I've ever done. So support me by subscribing and liking that button and hitting the bell. And comment below your thoughts on Endgame. Did you like it? What did you hate about it? Whatever you want to talk about. I'll respond to you because you're my family, and I love you.